You never think it's gonna happen to you until it does. I have taken a month off to focus on my mental health and really just get myself in the gist of quarantine. And now that I've been really working out, eating better, and just kind of feeling all around better, I am ready to get back into the YouTube space and tell you guys about this wild story. Oh, you might want to get some popcorn. You might want to get something to drink or sit down because it's a wild one. And that's probably the scariest thing about it, is because you read so much about like these stories about like these things that happen. And that's probably the scariest thing about it, is because you read so much about like these stories about like these things that happen. Girls go missing, like sex trafficking, stalkers, killers. You hear all of these stories and you really don't think it's going to happen to you until it does. And let me tell you guys, I am ready to share my story. To tell you guys a little backstory, I started working at Dunkin Donuts when I was 18. I worked in 2 areas. So for the first year, I worked at one location, and then for the second year, my manager transferred me over with her to a new location. But that will all tie in together. So when I was 18, I got the job at Dunkin. I am a very talkative, very people person. Like, I'm gonna talk to anybody that comes in. Like, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? You know. Plus, you're working for tips, so you're gonna smile. You're gonna be nice. You're gonna be like, you know, a little flirty, whatever, flirty. But honestly, the way I see it, I was just doing my job. Literally 19. I've always been a people person. I've always talked to people. I've always just kind of got along with everybody for the most part, and doesn't get me in trouble. I came across this message on Facebook from a regular that would come into Dunkin about 3 or 4 times a day. I'm not gonna mention her name, but she was I wouldn't say close, because like it was Dunkin, or like a customer-employee relationship. But like I said, she'd come in 3 or 4 times a day to get her coffee and whatnot. Her and her husband own a towing company, and they so they like go through Craigslist and see if anybody needs help or like any side jobs or anything like that. And one night I got a message on Facebook from, we'll call her Susan, and she said, hey Kaylee, scrolling through Craigslist and I found this ad about you on the personal connections page on Craigslist. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean an ad? I haven't been doing anything. I don't talk to anybody. At this time, I'm in a full long-term relationship. So like, I'm like, huh? What do you mean like a personal connections ad that says like that's about me? So she sends the link and I read it. I wish I had the original post. I really do, because it was wild. It started off like, oh, to the lovely young like worker at Dunkin Donuts on this street, like literally said the address of my job, my full name, how old I was, and was like, oh, I love you so much, I just can't figure out the balls to tell you that I have feelings for you. And like basically wrote like this whole long like love letter confessing his love to me on a Craigslist ad, a Craigslist post. I'm like, huh? What? And so like me being 19, I still lived at home with my mom, and like I sent this to my mom. I showed my mom, my boyfriend, like literally everyone I can, and they're like, what the hell? Like, is this one of your friends playing a joke? Is this, you know, like coming up with all these different things that it could be, like, and not be what it is. So with thinking about like what I was gonna do, how I was gonna respond, and all of that, I do have the proof of that. I responded to the Facebook post, or not the Facebook post. I responded to the Craigslist ad. I was just so young and naive. Like, rereading the emails, I feel like I handled it kind of not the best way, because I kept egging it on a little bit. But I just wanted to know what the fuck was going on. What the hell this guy wanted from me. Like, why is my personal information being posted on the internet, on Craigslist? Being 19 years old, anybody can see it. Growing up, you learn your parents teach you the dangers of the internet. Never post your phone number, your address, or anything, because there are psychos. So, I responded, and I said, hey, look, I'm flattered, but can you please like tell me who you are? Really flattered, but not sure who this is. And I will read all of the emails to you guys, but I just wanted to know who it was. I wanted to know who, like who's doing this? Just to be clear, I'm in yellow and he's the one replying in red. I replied back to the original post and said, hey, I'm Kaylee. I found your post on Craigslist. I'm flattered, but I'm going crazy to try to figure out who you could be. Please tell me who you are. It would be greatly appreciated. He then replies, okay, first, how do I know that it's you? Second, I need to be honest from the start. I am married unhappily, and what I am looking for is mostly physical. With that being said, discretion is an absolute must. 3, finally, if you are okay with that, I can tell you who I am. If not, there's no need to create any awkwardness, as I do come into the store on a regular basis. So I said, come in today. I'll be here until 2:30. He then says, so I was just in there. And then again with, did you figure it out? Because the stores have open windows, I can see what people drive. So I asked him what he drove. I had a feeling who he was after he responded Jeep. After reviewing the security camera, I asked him if he was wearing the Red Sox sweatshirt. He then says yes. I know I'm nothing to look at, and you are way out of my league. You don't know anything about me. You can't expect me to have sex with a guy I barely talked to before. Not that I would anyway, it's completely absurd. I would never expect that. I would love to get to know you more. I could never respect someone that would just have sex, and I respect you for being that way. What do you want from me? How long has this little obsession been going on? After days of him not answering, I responded, I don't appreciate you posting my workplace on the internet, yet alone Craigslist. I'm only 19 and I shouldn't have to be afraid to go to my car at night. He finally said, okay, this went too far. I have to be honest. I am not the person I have been saying I am. I am a friend of his and was doing this just to set him up without his knowledge. I was not expecting it to blow up like this. You have nothing to worry about leaving work. I am so sorry you feel like that. Please don't be mad at him or make him feel awkward coming in the store because of my stupidity. I will tell him again, I'm so sorry. My final response was, are you fucking kidding me? I went to the cops Saturday, so I hope they throw your ass in jail for stalking. After I said I was afraid to leave my car at night, this man said, okay, I went too far. Yeah, you fucking think? I have video proof of you coming into the store and saying it was you. I have literally video proof of you walking into the store and saying, oh, do you know who it is now? Yes, I know it's fucking you, not your friend trying to hook you up with a 19-year-old you never met. So he didn't respond for a couple days before that last message saying he went too far and it wasn't him and all of that. Gotta come up with a perfect excuse. But that day that I was working and that this whole thing went in, like was going on, that he came in and I had the timestamp of him coming in, a cop came in to come get his coffee. And I gave him I said, actually, I'll give you your coffee for free. Can you help me out for a little bit? Because I needed some opinions. I paid for his coffee because I was like, can you please come back into the back for me real quick? Because I have a personal matter that's going on that I really need some legal help with. And I told him everything. He told me to print out all of the emails. I printed them out. Said that if I needed a copy of the video, from work, that of him coming in, that I needed to get a copy of that, and told me to bring it to his office later that day after I got off of work. What did I do? Bring it to his office later that day after I got off of work because I'm scared. My boyfriend came with me. I'm freaking out. Like this man that I don't know is literally fucking stalking me. The cops said, oh, we can't do anything unless it's too late. Unless he's physically threatened you. So basically, you can't do anything unless he actually comes after me and fucking tries to kill me. Great. As a 19-year-old, a little female, I was so thrilled to fucking hear that. I have not heard anything back from this guy. It's been since 2014, so who knows, he could be still one of the ones that are stalking me. One of the ones, because I have a few. This is just the most interesting story. So that's my crazy stalker story. Yeah, it's a little rough. It's a little weird. But like I said, you never think it's gonna happen to you until it does. And this is just one instance that I've had. This is the most severe instance of stalking that I've had from this man. I've had others, but that's a story for another time. Rereading those emails were so cringy. Oh. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I have plenty of interesting stories to tell you guys. So turn on the post notification bell and be sure to subscribe because you're not going to want to miss the next one.
Say you don't want to say, but you do say.